My commitment to a second chapter nonprofit career predated my meeting our next speaker, but getting to know Paul Kemp is what cemented my commitment. Paul tragically lost his friend and brother-in-law, Steve Forsythe, in the 2012 Clackamas Town Center shooting. In the aftermath of that loss, Paul has worked tirelessly in a variety of ways to prevent other families from experiencing the pain and grief of senseless gun violence. Paul is a chief sponsor of IP40, a co-founder of Gun Owners for Responsible Ownership, and a board member of State of Safety Action. Please join me in welcoming Paul Kemp to the podium.
Thank you, Henry, and thank you, State of Safety Action, for putting together today's event. 6 years ago, an angry young man spent the night at a friend's house with the intention of using his friend's unsecured, fully loaded firearms, including a Stag 15 assault rifle, to commit a mass shooting. With premeditation, he bought a number of high-capacity magazines and ammunition to fill those magazines in the weeks ahead of the December 11, 2012 shooting. When the owner of the guns woke up on Tuesday, December 11th, he realized that some of his weapons were missing and that his friend had left the apartment. Those unsecured firearms were used to murder my brother-in-law, Steve Forsythe, and Jenna Ewell's mother, Cindy Ewell. Also, don't not forget, the shooter took his own life with one of those loaded unsecured firearms as well. There was also a teenage girl who was shot and fortunately survived her gunshot wound. The owner of those guns had no obligation under Oregon law to report them as missing, and he did not. In fact, the legal gun owner did not call police until the mall shooting was national news. I will never forget the personal pain of telling my nephew that his father had been killed at the mall, nor the phone calls I made to my parents and Steve's brother telling him that Steve had in fact been killed. It is time for Oregon to enact a measure to prevent this type of tragedy in the future. I am a gun owner and have been most of my life. Secure and safe storage was drilled into me as a young man, as a teen. That was the way we did things in our home. And that's the way I've done things, and that's the way I've taught my son. Responsible gun owners already safely secure their weapons when not being carried, and it's time that all gun owners do that. Otherwise, consequences will result when others are injured and killed. Today I'm calling on next year's legislature to finally enact this legislation. It is long past time. But know that if our elected officials fail to act, we stand ready to take this policy direct to the people of Oregon in 2020. Thank you.